Hello and welcome to Gecko Talks. Today we're talking about the amazing digital circus and its new episode, which just came out on Netflix. Whoa, let's go! Indie animation is the future. It only goes up from here. Anyway, with that put out of the way, what do I think of the episode itself? It's good. It's definitely the best episode of the show so far. I really like it, and I finally get why this show is so popular. Kinger became an absolute legend in this episode, and I love it. Speaking of Kinger, he has one depressing backstory. This man lost his wife to abstraction, and you just end up feeling bad for the poor man. It explains so well why he likes to stay in his pillow fort. It reminds him of his wife, because when he's in darkness, he's calmed down because he remembers the last moments he had with his wife. Kinger is such a tragic character. Okay, depressing part aside, does this episode support my theory of how this show will end? I mean, it doesn't disprove it, but I don't think it adds enough evidence to make it guaranteed, but I think it may clear up how it will end. So, what do I think, for starters? Like, what was my thoughts coming in? Simple. This show will end with Pomni helping all the other characters escape, but she won't. Why? Because that's how the inspiration of the show ends. For those of you who don't know, this show is based off I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. And this short story ends with our narrator helping all the other characters escape, but not escaping and then ending up becoming goo. I mean, that does feel like how the show will end, but however, I don't think Pomni will get abstracted and become inhuman. I'll talk about that later. Okay, now let's talk about the plot of this episode. The plot is that Kane sends all our favorite characters on an adventure to a haunted mansion. There are two options, the scary one and the easy PG one. Of course, Pomni gets the scary one while being stuck with the mentally insane and the goat known as Kinger. They get some tapes which give them clues, then they end up in hell. They then escape hell. And everyone lives happily ever after until the next episode, which comes out God knows when. Also, Kane and Zubul get therapy. Yeah, I forgot to mention, all your favorite characters but Zubul go on this adventure. We also find out Kane is on the verge of a mental breakdown, with the result of such a mental breakdown being that the whole circus is destroyed, which is sort of unsettling. Speaking of unsettling, the horror in this episode is not scary, and I think that's the point. The point is that Kane doesn't know how to do his job. The point of this episode is that the people aren't happy and Kane doesn't know what to do. So yes, I think part of the ending will be calming Kane down, and that's why Pomni stays. So that at least Kane can feel some sort of happiness. So that's the episode. It's very good. I like it. I can't wait for Film Theory to come up with the most insane theory known to mankind. That's all I have to say on this episode. So what's the rating? 10 out of 10. I'll see you for the next one. Bye.